Hello, good morning students. See, this is your statistics lecture number 6 of chapter 3 measures of central tendency. Okay, into my last lecture we complete up to illustration number 13 and I was give you the 3.2 in your homework. Right now, see, I hope you all complete your homework and it is easy. If you have doubts, then ask me or WhatsApp me. Then next topic is geometric mean. On page number 82, see, this is our method number 10. This is our method number 10 and the method name is geometric mean. Right, what is the formula for that? G is equal to square root A into B. See, there are two observations is given and you have to find out the geometric mean between two observations. But if there are more than two observations is given, then the formula for that is A into B into C, or you can say x1, x2, x3 and dash 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 xn. Right? Here I am writing that only. See, x1 into x2 into x3 dash 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 n. See, if there is only two observations, you have to take this one, that is A into B, that all you can say x1 into x2 and square root of that 2. Okay, most over only two observation will ask, most probably, right? But now if more than two observation is given, then nth root, you have to write nth root x1 into x2 into x3 dash 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 n observation. See, the example for this is, if it is given that 5, 25, 125, find out the geometric mean of this, right? Or you can say again 6 to 5. Okay, so you have to find out geometric mean by this way: 5 into 25 into 125 into 625. And there are four observation is there, so you have to write here 4, that is fourth root. How we can find out that? See, 5 into 25 into 125 into 625 and you have to find out fourth root. So root at 2 times into the calci. One time root, then second time root is your answer. Okay, so whenever it is done, you have to do like that. Okay, so erase the example. We are taking original example. First of all, write down this formula into your example book. This is our method number 10 and this is the formula for that. Okay, so first of all, write down this. I am reading here. Suppose we are studying a variable that changes over time. If we want to find out the average range of the change in the variable, the application of arithmetic mean is not appropriate. See, if the changes is regular and you can say frequently changes are there, then you cannot find out the mean by using the average mean, that is x bar. Right? So here let us understand this with the example. Consider an item with a price of 200. If the price increase after 1 month by 50% and by 25% in the next month, see, the price is increasing every month. First month the price is 200, into the next month 50% increase, next month 25% increase, right? So the price is successive months will be 200 into 150 divided by 100, that is 300. Then 300 into 125 divided by 100, that is 375 respectively. So the price of one item is 200 to 300 and 300 to 375 in respective next months. Okay, if we find the average of percentage price for the 2 months using arithmetic mean, what is the price? 150 plus 125 is the price. Increase, sorry, 150 increase first one, and then 150% and 125% increase, right? Percentage increase in the price, and we find out the average. The average is 137.5%, right? If we take this average for finding price of that item 2 months later, it will be 200 into 137.5 divided by 100 into 137.5 divided by 100, it is 378.18. See, and original price is 375, which is not 375 as calculated above. So here in short they want to say that if you are taking the price changes regularly, then you cannot find out the average by arithmetic mean. You have to find out that average by the geometric mean. Okay, so another average called as geometric mean is more appropriate here. Whenever price is frequently increased in exact percentage, or the price is exactly decreased in average every month, then you have to use the geometric mean method. Because it is average mean is not appropriate here, you have to take the geometric mean method. See, a geometric mean is defined as the nth root of the product of n positive observations, and it is denoted by G. See, here the main thing you have to underline that n positive observation. You can find out the average geometric mean of all the items if all the items value is given in positive. See, you cannot find out the square root or cube root or fifth root or any of the root of negative amount, because it is not possible in arithmetic, in mathematics, that you cannot find out any of the root of negative amount, right? So here the main word is n positive observation. All the observation whatever you are taking here must be positive, and then you can take the geometric mean from that observation. Okay, so here geometric mean is defined as nth root. See here, nth root. If it is 2 observations, then only square root. If there are more than 2 observations, then nth root, right? Nth root of n positive observations, right? So here the definition, and then the formula is explained here. But we will continue with our next illustration, that is illustration number 14. All these things are again the same. Okay. Now, see, first of all, the last note of the on page number 82. For the given observations x1, x2 and xn, arithmetic mean is always equal to or more than their geometric mean. That is, see, this is the important point. At always any of the observation is given, that observation's geometric mean is equal to or less than its arithmetic mean, or you can say arithmetic mean is, or average mean x bar is always greater than or equal to G, that is geometric mean. It is the main thing. At the any time, any observation you are taken and find out the average mean as well as geometric mean, both for all the same observations, then average mean is always higher, geometric mean is always lower, or they are equal, right? Not more than. See, geometric mean, that means what? Geometric mean is never higher than its arithmetic mean. Okay. Now see the illustration number 14. The proportion of an area increased by, see, the percentage increase is given in each and every month or in each and every year, the population of an area. See, population of particular area, that is, you can say population of Gujarat, population of Maharashtra, population of India, whatever, but population of particular area is every year increased by first year 15% increase, second year 18% increase, third year 13% increase, and in fourth year it is 20% increase, right? Find the average rate of increase in the population. See here, see in this question, if you see this question, in this question there is no any specification that you have to use geometric mean, right? So whenever percentage increase in any of the question is given, that the population is increased or decreased or whatever price is increased, and that percentage is given here, then at that time you have to take a geometric mean method. See, you have to keep in mind that at all the times not is everything is specifically asked. You have to keep in mind, you have to remember that at which time, at what time you have to take which formula, because in statistics all of this, the main thing is formula, and if you remember all the formula, then you have to know also about that at which time, in which question you have to take which formula. That is the rule, right? So whenever I am saying that this is the rule, you have to write with your in your example book with your formula, that when we take this formula, whenever increase in percentage or decrease in percentage is given and you have to find out the mean, then at that time you have to take a geometric mean. Okay, so please write all these things. Whenever I am saying that this is the method way to find out this formula is used, you have to write this compulsory in your example book. Okay, so here first of all increase is given, so you have to find out 4 observations. See here directly 4 observation is not given. Here only increase in percentage is given, 15%, 18%, 13% and 20%. So first of all you have to find out the original observation, and then you can find out the geometric mean. So here see, illustration number 14. Here X1, first observation is 15% increase in the price, but whenever percentage is given, you have to assume that percentage is with the base of 100 only. So whenever it is increase in percentage or decrease in percentage, you have to take 100 as a base, and increase you have to add, decrease you have to subtract from 100. So your X1 is equal to 100 plus 15%, that is 15. So your X1 is 115. In the second observation, X2 100 plus, all are increased, that's why I am adding this. If they say that or they ask first increase then decrease then increase then decrease, whenever it is increase you have to add, whenever they ask that it is decrease, that is you have to subtract. Okay, here all the observations are increasing, population is increasing year to year, that's why 15% in first year, 100 plus 15, that is 115. Second 100 plus 18, so it is 118. Third one 100 plus 13, it is 13%, yes, 113. And in the fourth observations, increase is 20%, so 120 is our fourth observations. First of all, in this question we have to find out the 4 observation. It is not directly given, it is indirectly given. Percentage increase is given, so we have to add to 100 and find out the X1, X2, X3 and X4. Okay, now see, the 4 observation is here. Now we have to find out a geometric mean. Here 4 observation is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4th root, so I have to write here 4. Then multiplication of these all, 115 into 118 into 113 into 120, right? So we have to first multiply that 4 observations, and then we can find out the square root 2 times, and we can find out the geometric mean. See, first of all we have to write formula. G is equal to x1, x2, x3 and x4 and 4th root. Now see, the step of all the sum is important. If you cut any step, then you will get the lesser mark. So you have to keep in mind that you have to write all the steps which is included into the sum. Okay, so first of all, each and every time you have to write the formula, and then you can calculate the answer. Okay, so here 4th root, again 115, 118, 113 and 120. Now multiply first of all these observations. 4th root as it is, 115 into 118 into 113 into 120. So the answer is 184,092,00. Yes. Okay. So now first of all we have to find out one square root. Only one square root, that is here square root. What is the square root? 13,564.99999. Okay, so here I am writing that 13,564.99907, or you can say 08, because 78 is there. 78. Now again see, at the 4th root you have to first of all find out root, that is root is this. Now only root is remaining. 4th root, in 4th root you have to write 2 times root. You have to calculate 2 times root. First root is this, and only now root is remaining. So again root is 116.4689. So your ultimate answer, or you can say approximate answer, is 116.47. Your geometric mean is equal to 116.47. Okay, so and one line you have to write. Thus the average rate of growth in the population over these 4 years is 116.47% or 47%. Okay, so this is your answer, and geometric mean is always into the percentage, most probably not 100%, because percentage is given, you have to write percentage. Okay, so first of all write down this. Now example number 15. I am reading that the geometric mean of 2 number is 2. See here, I told you in my last lecture, method is always one, but the style of the question will change each and every time. See here the first method, see here the method number 10, and the first style to ask is simple, that you have to increase or decrease, percentage increase or percentage decrease is given, and here only you have to write by this way. But now the style is changed, now the question is changed. I am reading and explaining that particular illustration, that is illustration number 15. The geometric mean of 2 number is 2. One number is 4 times the other number. Find out the number. See here, both observation is not given, geometric mean is given, and the relation between these two observation is given. See, it is just like illustration number 11. Relation between two observation, that is ratio between two observation, is given in illustration 11, 1:2, right? from that we have to find out the mean, average mean x bar, right? Here again the relation between two observation is given, but the observation is not given. Geometric mean, that is answer, is given, and you have to find out the question, that is the original observation. Okay, so here I am writing that, see, illustration number 15. Geometric mean G is equal to 2. Geometric mean of two observation is 2. Two numbers, that is 2, right? If one number is, suppose here we don't know the observation, so we are supposing here, suppose one observation is A. We are assuming as A. First observation is A, and the relation between two observations is given here. Now one number is 4 times the other number, right? So and one observation is A and second observation is equal to B. We are assuming here A and B as two observation, right? Or say, we can say that you don't have to assume that one also. We can find out by only one. One observation is 4 times the other one. See here, this is the second one. Okay, so the first observation, therefore we can say, therefore first observation is equal to 4 times of the second. What is the second observation? This one is the second observation. One observation is A, and we assume that it is second observation. Right? Second observation, or you can say other observation. Second observation is A. Now, first observation is 4 times of the other of the second. So, here the first observation is 4A. Right? Okay. So, now we have two observation, this one and this one. So, we can find out the geometric mean. A into, first of all writing the formula, x1 into x2. Only two observations are there, that's why we have to write just square root, nothing else. Okay, now which one is the two observation? 4A and A. First observation is 4A here, and we assume the second observation, that is A here. Okay, so what is the multiplication of these two? 4A square. Now here we have to find out the square of both, that is 4 as well as A square, because here 4A square into the square root. So first of all, what is the square root of 4? You all know that square root of 4 is 2, right? So here I am writing 2 for 4 square root. Now A square root is A. If 4 square root is 2, A square root is A, right? So here your answer is geometric mean is 2A, right? And we know that here, we know here that geometric mean is already given. G is equal to 2 is already given. So we have to write here 2, again 2, again 2. 2 is equal to 2A. So here I am writing C. Therefore, A is equal to 2 divided by 2. Why? Because this 2 is multiplied with A, and we have to transfer that 2 on the opposite side of is equal to That's why here multiplication, so here we have to divide. So A is equal to 2 divided by 2. That's why A is equal to what? 1. Right? So here we can find out the next one, that is the geometric mean of one number is 2 and two numbers is 1, and by which first one, that is one observation, A is equal to 1. Now the second observation, we have to find out both the numbers. The second observation is, or you can say your first observation, is equal to 4A. So here 4 into 1, that is 4. So your both observation is 1 and 4. So write down one line. Thus we get the first number, that is x1 is equal to, first observation is 4A, that is 4, and the second observation is 1. First observation is 4 and the second observation is 1. So here the sum is complete. First of all, write down this, and now we continue with the illustration number 16. Right? Find the arithmetic mean. See here again the style of the question is changed. You are writing this, okay, and I am explaining this. Here again the style of the question is changed. There are 3 style of questions here given for method number 10. I am reading the particular next style, that is illustration number 16. Here see into the page number 82, which one is given here? X bar is always greater than or equal to geometric mean. Here you have to prove that. See the question, find the arithmetic mean and geometric mean of two numbers 9 and 16 and verify that x bar is greater than g. Okay, so it is also important, always arithmetic mean of two number is more than of geometric mean, or you can say it is equal, not less than it. So here I am writing that particular x bar is greater than or equal to g. What means of that? That means that x bar is always greater than or equal to the geometric mean. Okay, I am writing the particular next example and explain you. Okay, 16 illustration. Find the arithmetic mean of and geometric mean of two numbers. The numbers are, see the first number, or you can say x1 is equal to 9 and the second number, that is x2 is equal to 16. Both two numbers are given and you have to first of all find out the arithmetic mean, that is only normal x bar, and then the geometric mean. And you have to prove that x bar is greater than g. Okay, so first of all, what is the arithmetic mean? Short form of arithmetic mean is A dot M dot. AM is equal to x bar. X bar is equal to A plus B divided by 2, or you can say x1 plus x2 divided by 2, because there are two observations and the formula for x bar is what? Sigma x upon n. Here the x is x1 and x2, so only two observations are there. So here this is the formula, and I am writing that same here. A is your first observation, B is your second observation, and divided by 2. That's why arithmetic mean of x bar is equal to this one, right? So here 9 plus 16 divided by 2, 25 divided by 2, so the answer is 12.5, or you can say your x bar is equal to 12.5. Here is your x bar. Now the second one is geometric mean, GM. is equal to G is equal to what? Square root A into B. Right? So here square root of 9. Here first observation is 9 and the second one is 16. So 9 into 16 is 144 divided square root of that 144, that is 12. So here the geometric mean is 12. See here we are proving that G is equal to 12 and X bar is equal to 12.5. See, 12.5 is more than 12. That's why we can say that here, since X bar is equal to 12.5 and G is equal to 12, so we can say that X bar is greater than G. Here we are proving that X bar is greater than G. We can say that. Okay. So here your illustration number 16 is over. Now first of all write down this and see here again the theory, that is advantages of geometric mean, and on the next page disadvantages of geometric mean is given. And I told you in my last lecture that this theory is right now is not important. We will discuss in our regular lecture. Here the practical sums are important and that's why we are doing only practical. Now see the here next one is exercise 3.3. All the sums of exercise 3.3 is of geometric mean, because we know that between 3.2, exercise 3.2 and exercise 3.3 only one topic is there, that is geometric mean. That's why we can say that all the sums of exercise 3.3 is geometric mean sum. But we have to know that at which time we can use the geometric mean, because into the examination, see, there is no any specification regarding which topic question is here. Here and in the examinations, right, and that is last examinations we have to write all the sums in one, that is section A, B, C, D, E, all the sections, all the sums. See, this topic or these sums will ask in 2 marks or 3 marks, right? So this is the short sums, and at that time more than 5 or 10 short sums will ask. So you have to find out which one is of geometric mean. So I am explaining you here the sums of exercise 3.3 because that is your homework. First one, the data of each student is given. This is ungrouped data, and find the average number of books read using geometric mean. See here the word geometric mean is given, so you don't have to think anything about that, and you just have to multiply this and they find out the 8th root. See, the new thing is there, you have to find out the 8th root. First, if 2 observation given, you have to find out the square root. Then if 4 observation is given, then you have to find out the 4th root. But here 8 observation is given, so you have to find out the 8th root. How you can find out? First, see here, I am explaining you, or this one is write down in your fair book also. 2 observation, then only 1 square root. 4 observations, then square root and again square root. You have to find out first square root of all the observations, multiplication of all the observations, and then again find out the square root of the answer. See, we will discuss that in our illustration number 14. Right? There are 4 observations is given. First we multiply that 4 observation, then find out first square root, and then answer square root we find out, and that is our final answer. Okay? So here at the time of 4 observations you have to find out first square root, and then answers second square root, that is your final, or you can say ultimate answer. But now see, at the time of 8th observation, 3 times you have to take square root of 3 times. First square root, then answer square root, then again answer square root is your ultimate answer. See, 2 observation, 1 square root, 4 observations, 2 times square root, and the 8th observation 3 times square root you have to do. That means here 2 into 1 into 5 into 9 into 1 into 3 into 2 into 4. Whatever the answer is there, you have to write here. Then find out first square root. Then that answer you have to write here. Then find out again square root. And that answer will write here. And then again find out the square root. Then you can write that is your original, or you can say ultimate answer. Okay. So you have to do in your homework. Okay. That is your first homework, exercise 3.3, question number 1. Now second question. See the second question here. The value of the machine depreciates at the rate of 10%, 7%, 5% and 2%. See, this is the style of illustration number 14. Here they don't say that the value or observation is increase or decrease. They specifically said only one thing, that the value of the machines is depreciate. Underline that particular word, depreciates. That means machine's value will decrease each and every year. The value of the machine is depreciated, that is decrease, or the word appreciated, that means increase. So you have to concentrate only the word, that is here the value of the machines is depreciated. So here you have to subtract. So that is somehow difficult, and the answer of that particular sum is also not correct. See, I am seeing the answer on the last pages, that is on page number 308. Okay, no, the answer is right. See how that we are doing here right now, sum number 2, because somehow it is difficult, so I have to explain it. I cannot give you into the homework. See here, exercise 3.3, question number 2. See, the value of machines depreciate at the rate of 10%, 7%, 5% and 2%. Okay, so here your x1 is, see, I told you in illustration number 14, whenever the percentage is given and you have to find out. See, I am reading the full question first. In the first 4 years respectively, find the average rate of depreciation. See, they want average rate of depreciation using an appropriate method. See, it is not specifically said that you have to use a geometric mean method, right? You have to use a appropriate method, and whenever increase in percentage or decrease in percentage is given, you have to take a geometric mean method. Okay, so here I am taking a geometric mean method, and here the word is depreciates. That's why we have to decrease. Okay, so and the percentage, the observation is given into the percentage. That's why we have to decrease it, right? Into from the 100 minus first 10%, that is 10. Your first observation is 90. X2, that is 100. Minus the observation is 7%, that is 7. So here the 93 is the second observation. X3 is equal to 100 minus the third one is 5%, that is 5. So your observation is 95, and X4 is equal to 100 minus 2%, that is 2, and your original observation is 98. Then you have to find out the geometric mean. What is the formula for that? x1 into x2 into x3 into x4, multiplication of that 4 and 4th root. Okay, so now we are writing the original observations. X1 is equal to 90, then 93, then 95, and then 98, and here 4th root. So first of all we have to find out the multiplication, compulsory. 90 into 93 into 95 into 98. What is the multiplication? That is 1703730. Now first of all, square root of these. 1 times square root, that is 1305.2701. right? Now square root again 36.128. See, something is wrong. 90 into 93 into 95 into 98. Sorry, the multiplication is wrong here. It is 77924700. Right? Now the square root of these 8827.4968. Again the square root of these is 93.9548. So your approximate answer is 93.95. right? Okay, and here that is your geometric mean. But the question is, see the question again, last line of the question, find out the average rate of depreciation. See, the rate of depreciation is not 93. Here the rate is find out by subtracting from 100, right? So your observation is 10, 7, 5, 2. But we are finding the original observation, that is 90, 100 minus 10, 100 minus 7, that is 90, 93, 95, 98. So your 93.95 is not your original answer. See, it is from these observations, and you have to find out the average of these 10, 7, 5, 2. Okay, so here also again we have to do this formula, that is decrease or depreciate. Average depreciation is equal to 100 minus this one 93.95. So it is 6.05. percentage. This is your ultimate answer, because here the given observation is 10%, 7%, 5% and 2%, and they want average depreciation rate. But whenever the depreciation or the population increase decrease percentage is given, first of all you have to subtract this and find out the answer, and after that if adding is here, you have to subtract here, and if add this, and then you have to find out the average. So here 93.95 is a geometric mean of these observation, but we want the geometric mean of these observation. That's why here again I am subtracting 100 minus the answer, and we got the average depreciation, that is 6.05. And your final answer that you have to write that the average rate of depreciation is 6.05%. Okay, so here the second sum, which is somehow difficult, is I am doing here right now. Please write this into your exercise book, not in your example book. Okay, so here now the second question is over, and the third one is a taxi travel 15 km on Monday and 254 km on Tuesday. See, the two observation is given here. Find out the average distance travel over these 2 days using geometric mean. See, in illustration in question number 1 of exercise 3.3 and in question number 3 is, in both the cases, geometric mean word is used. That's why you have to don't worry about that, because geometric mean is given and you have to find out the geometric mean. Okay, so here it is easy, but in question number 2 the word is using appropriate method, and whenever percentage is given, I told you and I again telling you that percentage is given, that at that time you have to subtract if it is depreciated or if it is decreased, and you have to add if it is appreciated or it is increased, and then you have to find out, then you can find out the geometric mean, and then subtract 100 from that particular item. Always in appreciation it is increased, or in depreciation, at both the time you have to subtract. In appreciation the answer is more than 100, that's why you have to 100 from answer minus 100, and in the depreciation always the answer is less than 100, that's why you have to subtract the answer from 100 and you got the original answer. Okay, this is the method. Okay, now here exercise 3.3 is complete, and what is your homework? Your homework is only 2 sums, that is exercise 3.3 question number 1 and 3, but you have to do up to, in your example book, 16 sum, illustration 16, you have to complete that 1 to 16 illustration, and you have to complete in your exercise book exercise 3.1, 3.2 and 3.3. okay, now the next point is starting here, that median, quartile, decile and percentile. I will take this in my next lecture. So here I am concluding my lecture, and do your homework. Okay, thank you class.